Hey, what's going on, my YouTube family? Welcome back, everybody. I'm that wood guy. In this weekend's video, I wanted to share with you guys, because I got a lot of questions on it, and how I moved all this equipment down here in my basement wood shop. So it all starts here, my friends. I do not have any other secret entrance to this wood shop here other than this basement stairwell, which has been a pain in the you-know-what. This has been a project on my menu for a long time, is refinishing this stairwell to make it a little more presentable and matching the shop, because I feel like this is a unfinished spot and a eyesore here in the shop. But getting off topic here, it all starts in the stairwell and these wooden stairs that have been beat to hell moving all this equipment down here. Yeah, not gonna lie, it's kind of intimidating looking down a stairwell and getting ready to, scoot your thousands of dollars pieces of equipment down these stairs. And with that being said, I needed to build a ramp so that the equipment could slide down, and we just slid it on the edge, pushed it, and it just slid down right into place perfectly. Not having the machinery that I do now and having a ramp in place with each stair tread supported underneath with a 4x4 jack post right down to the concrete floor gave me the support with the ramp to then be able to hook up a piece of equipment with straps and slide each piece down safely. It was not an easy effort, and it took a lot of thinking and planning before we even attempt to bring the machine to the doorway. And I also want to make note, I did not have the equipment like I do now. I have, loaders now that are capable of making this job a little more easy. We did this all with an old case tractor. So some of these machines, such as like the planer here, could only be taken apart so much. And that includes like taking off these table extensions and the handle, power box, and honestly that's about it. We didn't remove any of the base. We kept the whole machine intact, and with many measurements enabled us to know if we were going to fit this through the doorway or not. With a little bit of thought and taking your time, we were able to strap this machine safely and slide it down them stairs on a ramp, move it into place. Really want to recommend not doing any of this. If you guys don't know what you're doing, please, hire riggers and or get help with people who know what they're doing moving heavy equipment like this. I'm not going to even say that we are professionals, but it's clearly all down here safe and sound, and I'm not hiding anything and hiding any damage from the machines. Table saw was another piece. It could only be taken apart so much, but my big long fence rail, table extensions, all was disassembled, and I was down to the main cast iron table and base of the table saw, which again measured to be able to fit through the door with not even a quarter of an inch on each side. Doing the same thing as like the planer. If you can imagine these tools being like one big huge steel box, this table extension is removed, that table extension is removed, all the fences are removed. We were able to strap this whole thing as a box and then carry that down, not carry it, lower that down safely with machinery down them stairs into place. I feel like the milling machine was truly the biggest piece, obviously down here, but was also the piece that was able to come apart the most and enabled us to bring this whole machine down here. The table was disassembled, the saddle was disassembled, so I was just dealing with basically a column and a knee, and the head was off, the main head column was off, and this reduced a significant amount of weight. But if you guys didn't see moving my milling machine video, make sure you go back and check that out. I go into more detail and show pictures of how I moved this machine down here, me and my father. But again, this machine enabled us, being able to take it apart to move this, monstrosity of cast iron and weight down into the basement wood shop. But again, I'll repeat, all the tools weren't as lucky. This bandsaw, I didn't even remove the table. This whole main frame is all one piece that can't be disassembled. And, just for example, this bandsaw is 1,000 pounds. So laying it down on the back side of the main column here and carefully, strapping this whole machine and sliding it down the stairs. And, each piece was really nerve-wracking, clearly, because you're sending your, very expensive piece of equipment down a set of stairs, and there's a lot that could go wrong. Joiner, absolute beast. This is all solid cast iron. This machine's over 1,200 pounds, And this is actually the second joiner that was down here. The first one, the same one, we had issues with the beds that we couldn't get coplanar with one another, and it was defective, so it needed to go back out. That's right, I said back out. So we had basically just reversed the process. And this hook you guys see here in the entrance of my stairwell on the front wall is an anchor point that's bolted through this whole wall. It gave us the ability to use a chain hoist to lift the lip of the joiner up onto the ramp and then have it strapped and pull that out with a piece of equipment. And not an easy task, but taking your time, gives you the best results as always. And I'm thankful for me and my father's knowledge and care to be able to take this kind of equipment down in our basement wood shop. So it most certainly didn't start out with these heavy pieces of equipment. I had a lot of benchtop machines, dressers for outfeed tables, and it was an upgrade over the years as my obsession for woodworking grew. And each piece would get replaced as I was able to afford it, working at my firewood business, and slowly I built the wood shop that you see here. Answering a question of why I chose machinery this large in such a, not adequate situation to bring machines into was, because of the kind of work that I like to do and or the type of tools that they are. When you want to get into doing, big, thick, chunky slab work, you need mass to machines. When you may be planing 1,000 board foot or more in a week on average, you need a good planer. And as you get into bigger kitchen jobs, you need a nice table saw to be able to cut, large sheet goods. Guys, I really don't recommend doing anything that you're not comfortable with and you don't know how to do. Don't let your pride get in the way. Me and my father had taken our time. It gave us the ability and the knowledge to, know what we're doing, and being clear enough to know also that, things can happen and you're taking that risk. It's clearly all down here, safe and sound, and as you guys have seen me using it, I'm grateful to have this kind of size of machines down here because it fits the bill for the work that I do. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please be kind, stick together, my friends, and as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you, everybody.